live. The farm's
Going
back.
live before most people are even awake.
It's not that early,
Listen,
dude. It's pretty.
you're in a
It's not that
hotel,
early.
so you have hotel internet. I'm not sure if you do this, but when I travel, I just upgrade my internet immediately. I'm not using the base level hotel internet. It fucking sucks. You can always like pay like $9 to $12 per night and just get better internet, and it's worth it. It just is.
I tried to do that. I
Um,
could. You can't do it here. I tried to do that. My internet, I tested it. It's actually pretty good. It's super fast. Um, but yeah, there's no upgrade. Like this is, I don't have an option to upgrade it. I looked at that because I have some calls I have to take from the hotel room, and I was making sure I had enough bandwidth to take those calls. Can you hear me okay though? I feel like it's fine, right?
yeah, it's fine. It's
Yeah.
fine.
Well, we're back breaking down a 10 gamer, coming off of a disappointing golf Sunday. I mean, like so close to winners, dude. Ben Coles, Ben James, Thorborn. Like, dude, I'm like on the precipice of all. Like, I've had like multiple runner ups and a winner in the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Just like, yeah. I mean, and hopefully, I need the
The,
Indians to
the,
play
the,
better.
the more of the story is that don't bet cowards. Like those guys are cowards. Like they
Dude,
step up.
Ben James wasn't a coward, dude. He
No,
had one.
he was a coward
He
because
had
this
the
is exactly what
round of the day on
no,
Sunday.
yeah, but because he's a coward, he knew like it. If Ben James was leading the tournament, you think he would have had a day like that? No, he would have never
Yeah.
because he's a coward. He knew it was far enough back where he could play. And this is the thing about guys; they have to
You
play.
did call
play
Thor.
free.
You called Thor a coward, and Thor still came through.
He
And
was
he
a
was
coward.
three.
Yeah, listen, he dropped that moniker now. That's fine. He dropped it. But like, dude, Ben James, pure coward. Anytime Ben James is leading the tournament, his game sucks. Like he turns into the worst ball striker. I mean, he's an amazing ball striker. And playing from behind yesterday couldn't have been better for him because he's like he can play freely. He's not protecting a lead. When you're
Yeah.
protecting a lead, people play differently. And some guys do play. Like Brendan didn't play differently. Brendan wasn't a coward. He went out and like
He
went
just hit
after
every
the hard
putt.
holes.
Yeah, every
Went
putt.
after the hard holes, but like. But let's dive in. We got a big slate.
Yeah, and I
Big
got a
slate
hard
to talk
start.
about.
Yeah, I gotta get to work, unfortunately. Yeah, let's go. Well, let's start in Toronto then. We have Jameson Taillon on the mound for Toronto, and then Sonny Gray for Boston. So Jameson Taillon's actually 5'8". He's really cheap, and I think like Taillon's like a journeyman pitcher. He's like he's not been great this season, but like he's not horrible either. I'm at the point I'm fading Boston. Boston's been on this amazing streak. And I guess part of me is just kind of pulling against Boston. I want my my Guardians to make the AL, either the wild card or win that division. They're scaring me a little bit now. There's still 50 games left, so a lot of season left to play. With that said, I don't have much interest in Taillon. I won't be stacking Boston against him. On the other side, we have Sonny Gray pitching for Boston. His strikeout stuff looked elite. I think Toronto, the top end, you have like one or two guys that strike out a lot. I don't think it's like the elite matchup for Sonny Gray. Like a lot of the bats in that lineup are like serviceable, like contact hitters. So yeah, to me, it is like Sonny Gray at 9.2 is an okay play. I think you may be more interested than me at that price. But I feel like Toronto doesn't like, they just don't strike out enough for me. So like, I think 9.2 is like a fine. I think he's like a okay SP1 if you don't want to get up to the top guys and like target screwball. But yeah, this is more of just a pass game from my side, Dylan. I don't really have much interest. It's in Toronto. Don't really want to stack against Taillon. More of just, I feel like everyone's on Boston. Boston's so hot right now. And then I'm not going to stack against Sonny Gray, but I think I'll probably avoid playing him as well.
Yeah, I more or less feel the same. Mostly because like Gray just pitched against them two starts ago and got hit, and that doesn't matter. He could come back. It's like the problem with these in division games with these pitchers like Sonny Gray is that like they see each other so much. It definitely advantage bats when you see a pitcher as much as they do see Sonny Gray. So like generally, yeah, I do like Sonny Gray. I think he's good. I think he's gonna go 90 pitches probably and have a decent start. But there's just some concerns just seeing Toronto a lot, and Toronto's not the team we were scared about. They were some sellers, right? But it's just still like. Sonny Gray can have these Jekyll and Hyde performances as well. So, yeah. And at 9.2, I think there's actually a pitcher I like a little bit cheaper. And if I'm paying up in that range, I'm just gonna go up and just get Scooble. There's so much more upside there. So yeah, it's mostly just gonna be a pass game. I could be talked into stacking Boston, but like you said, like they're just gonna come with so much ownership. I'm gonna stack teams, maybe some shitty teams tonight that people won't be on as much. So for me, it's just a pass in this game. Yeah, I understand the Sonny Gray play. It's just like with Toronto there, them seeing him a lot, having seen him just 3 starts ago and hit him pretty hard. It's just a spot I'm probably gonna avoid.
Yeah, yeah, I'm with you there. I'm curious to see. I know we haven't talked. I'm in St. Louis, so like I'm curious. I think there's a growth spot I like as well that you may like. I don't know. We'll get to it when we get to. Speaking real segue, quick segue in St. Louis. Like St. Louis, so like did has the bones of a beautiful city. In the history there here is awesome. Like obviously it's like the gateway to the east, I mean to the west, and like before it got like, I mean I don't want to say like ghettofied, but like it's like, dude, I was reading this history book about it. Like this was like where everyone this is like the jumping off point to like for expansionists at Westward. Like the Roosevelts came here. Like this was like the pinnacle. The hotel I'm staying at is a Union Station Hotel. It's like some of the most rich history. Like this was a stop people made, right? This like beautiful ornate hotel that has like, all the, it's like the make and like really the city's not that old. I mean, it's old, but it's not that old, right? Like, I don't know. It's just somewhat sad. You walk around, you're like, you feel like what could have been.
Well, you have St. Louis is tough, but you go to East St. Louis. Woo-wee. Forget about it.
The interesting thing, I've seen these big, huge, giant data centers here. I think they're just because it's like a lot of this stuff is empty and like I talked to a guy that's lived here for 20 years. He's like, yeah, so just businesses have moved out, but like these big data centers are coming in. I'm like, that could be interesting.
You know what's crazy? Back. You said that like Little Rock is not St. Louis, but I was in Little Rock, dude. Talk about an absolute ghost town. It was just shells of shells. We stayed in an Airbnb and there was just this big, a suite style like apartment building complex. There was one other tenant there. Everything else was vacant, and we had like the top floor. It was like, what a weird ghostly town. And there's like obviously you got a lot of meth heads there. And St. Louis, you got a lot of drugs. I mean, there's just drugs all over. Just like the central U.S. Like, dude, no ocean, no mountains. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I think what happened. I think what happened is just like what drove the economy moved out. Like St. Louis is still beautiful. I mean, it's like. Jaywalk is everywhere. Dylan Jordan Walker stuff everywhere. Like I went to Sugar Fire, this barbecue place. That was pretty good. Had some brisket. And everyone's in on Jaywalk. He's just fun for the city. I won
the home run derby. Just like I love Jordan Walker. Just like a good feel good story.
Yeah, dude. He just fits the St. Louis vibe too.
He's mid-20s, but he looks 45.
Yeah, and just like a down to earth fella. But yeah, it's again, dude, there's like bones in the city. I think there's some beautiful aspects of it, but it's kind of sad that it's been run down a little bit. All right, well, on to the next game. Just a quick segue there. Let's go to it. Let's go to Atlanta. So we have Bryce Elder on the mound hosting the Mets. We have Christian Scott on the mound for the Mets. So like the surface level numbers just suggest like this is like a pitcher pass game. Both pitchers in like the 7.6, 7.4 range. With that said, I think I prefer bats from both sides. Like Elder, I think has overperformed his underlying stats. I think, and Christian Scott is actually like maybe underperformed his underlying stats, so like a reverse there. But I don't want to play Christian Scott against the Braves. I feel like the Braves are getting healthy. They're heating up. Not going to play Christian Scott here. Bryce Elder, I feel like, again, I think he's overperformed. And so like the Mets are also playing to me in Truist Park too. No, I don't have a good read, but I do think I think in some of my teams I could stack up a 5-man Braves, 5-man Mets that can feel pretty good about it. Just the park, both these pitchers to me are like, I think Christian Scott can be above average at times, but still average. Bryce Elder I think will eventually move towards like an average to below average pitcher. So yeah, to me it's like no pitchers here, even though the underlying stuff looks pretty. I mean, like the ERA and like the DraftKings metrics look okay. I think I'm leaning more towards the bats in this game. Don't really have a side either. It'd be kind of lineup dependent, but kind of like the offenses from both sides.
Yeah, I have a clear side in this game. It's gonna be the Mets. I think I already bet the Mets. I like the Mets a lot in this spot. I think Bryce Elder is not that good, and I think the Mets are going to be a sneaky team to stack tonight in Atlanta. Right? I'm not going to play the homers and Braves. I obviously I do like the Braves. Christian Scott's a young kid, which means he can get hit. I do think his underlying stuff's really good though. So it's just a spot where I got like plus 150 on the Mets money line. I like that a lot. I like the stack here in DFS. I don't think a lot of people will go there against the Braves. So it's a spot I think I can get contrarian 3 to 5 man on the road in a good hitting environment and against a pitcher that I think is overperformed. So it's as simple as that. Yeah, bet the Mets. Like the Mets. Going to be a stack in DFS for me tonight, especially on the 111s.
Do you like any Braves though? Like, I mean, Christian Scott, he's
always like the Braves. Always like the Braves, but the Braves are a team unlike the Mets where they're a primary stack, right? You have to pay for their
expensive,
bats. Yeah, and they're generally worth it, right? And the Mets bullpen's been shit. They're just completely dead. As far as like making the postseason, so that doesn't help, right? Just guys are pitching for nothing in the back end of that rotation, which obviously is going to help bats. So, yeah, the Braves are fine. I probably won't play them in my 111, to be honest, just because in this game, it's going to be more focused on the Mets. And there's other teams I do like better than the Braves on this slate.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think I'm with you there. I think I do like the Braves a lot too. It just depends. For me, it's like lineup dependent, but the Braves like to run. That's why I like them too. Is like their team that will get on their horse. And to your point, like the Mets are kind of like fleeting to some degree. Christian Scott, I think, will be a good pitcher. But I think he's still middling to like slightly above average. But I think to your point, Elder's worse. Although the numbers suggest he's better, I do think he's a worse pitcher than Christian Scott here. Let's go to next. We're going to Minnesota. We have Dean Kramer on the mound for Minnesota and Rogers on the mound for Baltimore. Man, I love – so, like, this is a pitcher pass game, I think, from both sides, honestly. So, Rogers is 8K. Kramer is 6'2". Kramer is actually, like, he's way underpriced in my opinion. He's actually a good pitcher. Like, Kramer – and, now he's in Minnesota. Baltimore, I think, is healthier. And I don't know if I want to play him here, but at 6'2", I do think he's a little cheap for, like, his production. And even the underlying stuff looks pretty good. I am going to play Trevor Rogers here. What we've seen lately has just been phenomenal. Some of the, like, if you look at the StatCast stuff, some of that stuff is pulled down from the early season stuff, but, like, he's finding form at the right time. I love playing pitchers against Minnesota. Although, like, Minnesota, like, I think the back end of the lineup is not very good. And I've just been, I'm a Minnesota hater all season. So I'll go back to Rogers here at 8K, but I wouldn't leave Kramer off your player pool. Like, at 6'2", I think he's actually, like, very firmly in play. He was one of Baltimore's best pitchers when he was in Baltimore. And then Minnesota brought him over because they're trying to bolster the rotation for the postseason. And I feel like he's actually pretty solid too. Like, so yeah, that's where I'm at. I mean, I know he pitched for Team Israel in the World Baseball Classic, and he was like their top arm, but he's actually like a decent pitcher. So I think to me, this is a pitcher pass spot. I think it's slightly lean towards Rogers, but like Kramer at 6'2" is really interesting.
Yeah, another big disagreement here. Like, I love Rogers. Rogers is going to be a player I get to a lot just because I don't like the Twins. But I am absolutely stacking against Dean Kramer. Dean Kramer has been objectively horrible. I mean, his first start in Minnesota was fine, just okay. Before that, he gave up like something like 19 runs in 20 innings. Looky who he's facing now. His former team, who just saw him, knows exactly what Dean Kramer does. Sees him at BP, sees him all the time. Yeah, perfect spot to go back to the Orioles. And no one's gonna play, mostly because their team, they were sellers, right? They're just like, there's a bunch of who's that guy in that team, and I'm gonna play a lot of the who's that guy. So it's just like in Minnesota on the road. Love Baltimore here. I think they're in line for a big spot here. At very low ownership, because Dean Kramer has the moniker of being a good pitcher, right? We saw him have good stuff last year. To be honest, this stuff this year has been pretty shitty. To be honest, they're pretty league average. I mean, the other lines are okay at best. Okay. I'm not touching Dean Kramer with a 10-foot pole. And maybe it's contrarian, maybe it's too contrarian to play him, and maybe there's a little narrative here. But the narrative of going into your former team that you just got traded to in your second start for your new team is not good. Like, I think for pitchers, like, the scouting report is going to be pretty clear on this guy. They know exactly who he is. There's no question marks here. So, like, and it's not like Dean Kramer has special stuff. His stuff plus is very average at best. Yeah. So it's just like I'm gonna play Baltimore on the road here. I don't like the Twins bullpen either. So yeah, the Orioles are staying. I'm gonna make them today's slate. Probably gonna see me with a 5-minute on 111.
Interesting. Yeah, we're different there. Yeah, I think I do.
I'll bet them as well. And I Trevor Rogers, I just think he's, you had said he's underpriced a few weeks, maybe a month ago, and I think it's still the case. At 8K, is still too cheap. Just working his way through the lineup, and this is another lineup. I know they had been better against lefties. There's no Buxton. They've still been fun. I just don't care. I'm gonna play Rogers tonight.
Yeah, I like Rogers a lot. I think Kramer, the underlying stuff is still average to like slightly above average, and even last season it was above average. I get it though. Like Kramer, like he could fall off, and we've seen the blow up starts, and so like and
I mean he's a career 4.36 ERA guy, nothing special. A career 1.3 WHIP, nothing good. This year has been exceptionally bad, giving up a lot of hard contact. His hard hit rate percentage is actually below, but his barrel percentage is pretty high. A lot of fly balls, and on top of that, giving up a lot of home runs lately. So, and this is a team just knows them like the back of your hand. So, yeah, maybe you don't want to stack the Orioles, and that's fine. I totally get that. But definitely no way in hell I'm touching Dean Kramer.
It's just, I think the thing with me is like Dean Kramer is historically what he's the best at is limiting. He always elicits soft contact. Like that is the name of the game. But again, dude, we've seen the blow spots, but like throughout his career, like what he's been the best at is just like soft contact stuff.
But he's still getting barrels. So those kind of go hand in hand. So it's kind of confusing. Like, well, he's getting hit hard, but no barrels. Well, that's the problem. The barrels aren't going that far. But as a fly ball pitcher in this park, and I think you're not factoring enough in that he's facing a team he was just on for many years.
That's a good point. Like,
he's not going to surprise him with anything. Like anything Dean Kramer does, they know him. That his battery mates are there. Like they know that guy. So it's not. It's more likely that Dean Kramer gives up 4 to 5 here, and is not valuable. But maybe he's not valuable to stack against. But it's very unlikely that Dean Kramer shoves in the spot against his former team.
Oh, agreed. Cool. Well, let's get to the next game here. This is a fun one for me from a best ball perspective, but we have St. Louis here. I'm in St. Louis, baby, hosting the Phillies. I'm hoping to go to the game tomorrow night. I would love to see my boy Andrew Painter on the mound tonight. The Hobie's painting them corners. So we have Andrew Painter for Philly, and we have Hunter Dobbins for St. Louis. Man, is like this is really tough. So like I do think like Painter is a stack against Candid. I really want Painter to pitch well for my best ball backs. He could be a 2-star pitcher this week. With that said, you can't play him at 6K against St. Louis. St. Louis doesn't strike out enough, and like Jordan Walker's back, hitting home runs. You love to see it. I think I think St. Louis is in play, and like I don't want to do it, and I won't do it because like my heart just doesn't want to. I think St. Louis is one of the better plays, and the slate. Painter does get hit a lot. He's still young. He gives up like he's like that big. He's a big body build. I think he could turn into like a low tier Mizrowski type. He does have elite strikeout stuff, and he's shown it at times. He was a former like I think top 3 overall pick. And so, like, yeah, I don't think I'll play St. Louis, but, like, anyone listening or who watches this, I think St. Louis is firmly in play. Don't ignore them in this slate. And then on the comebacker, like, Dobbins to me is, like, a serviceable pitcher. Like, he's underpriced at 6'8". I think he could be in, like, the mid-7s. I won't play him against Philly, but Philly does strike out a lot.
You can't say Dobbins is underpriced. Dobbins sucks. I mean, and, like, you can't say, like, maybe he's underpriced for what he's done, but, like, the Phillies are just a good team. There's no reason, like, with Luis Perez there too, is like there was no reason to touch Dobbins.
Yeah, so it just for me, it's like this is why at 6'8", I probably won't get there, but like Philly strikes out a lot. So any pitcher against Philly will have a boosted to their strikeout rate, and I think Dobbins can put up in the 15 range tonight. I don't know if that's enough, but I feel like it's
21% strikeout rate. I see this is a game. I mostly disagree with you. Like it's a game where like I think you get bats. I think Painter is actually better. Lately, and it kind of scares me for my card. I hope to hit him, but this is the problem for me is like I'm not playing this game because I think Philly's going to come in very high on. And I think people are just think Dobbins is bad, and Dobbins is pretty bad, but he's mostly league average.
Yeah, the numbers are not bad.
Philly will be the highest owned team on the slate.
Interesting.
Or one of the top 2 or 3 at the very least. And that's the reason I'm fading them. But like, yeah, they're in objectively a great spot. I know it is a pitcher's park, so I do hope Dobbins gets his way through the lineup because I'm fading this mostly as ownership leverage. I think Philly's absolutely in the smash spot as well. I do hope I get some, runs from, Jay Walks and Bryce Harper are both on some of my best ball teams. But other than that, this is going to be a pass game. So I can see a world in which both pitchers limited the damage. But yeah, just on the surface level, it looks like a great hitting environment. I think the total is 9.5.
Yeah, I was just looking at that. Yeah.
So it's just like it's playing up for the runs, and I think that's why a lot of people are going to go here. So
maybe that's
my 2 cents. My contrarian was just to avoid this game and hope it doesn't bite me.
For my best ball backs, these 3 players I need to play well. Justin Crawford from the Phillies. I have a lot of Justin Crawford late in drafts. Jordan Walker, obviously, and Alec Burleson. Those 3 guys.
Talking about guys, and maybe they're on the slate tonight, but last night is another guy, 2 guys I have good like 20, 30% of, 45% of Mero, but Mero home run last night, and then Dawson Varsho has been so good for the Astros lately.
Yeah. I want him, and he's batting like cleanup, dude. The guy that I need to have a huge week is Jordan. Because Jordan didn't score at all last week.
Dude, what you want is Jordan to make it through and not really score because then you're going to face teams in the next round that don't have Jordan. 100%. And then subsequently in the finals that don't have Jordan. Another benefit, we'll talk about this tomorrow, but we have Nick Lodolo on the mound tomorrow, so he's in line for a 2-start week. And me and you both, I have like 45% Nick Lodolo there, so it's kind of shocking to happen. But like to get a 2-star week for a single week, that's really good there. So let's move to the next game though.
Yeah, I know. I got 18 minutes before I get on the floor, baby, and sell some transit software. I just hold one quick segment. I want to see how much Mackenzie Gore I have before we get to this next game. I don't know how much it is, but we'll check it out here. All right. I don't know if it's any. Oh, it is. Okay. I have 6 teams with Mackenzie Gore. Okay, so we're going to LA here. We have Mackenzie Gore on the mound for the Rangers, and we have Reed Detmers on the mound for the Angels. This is a pitcher pass game, easy as that. I think Gore, to me, is like one of my preferred pitcher plays on the slate. He has a high strikeout rate. They like to leave him in there, even when he's getting hit, Dylan. They're like, yeah, just keep pitching, dude. Give up a home run, give up 2 home runs, keep pitching. I think the floor is just fairly high for Gore. So I'll play Gore heavily. He'll probably be on every one of my teams. I do have best ball shares too, so that's not really skewing. But the Angels have been sellers. The Angels strike out. The Angels' offense is weak. The Angels ballpark is not like, pitcher or hitter friendly. It's kind of neutral. So, give me Mackenzie Gore in droves. I won't play Detmers. I feel like the Rangers are getting healthy. Nemo's heating up. Like, White Langford's I think the team is getting a lot healthier. So, like, I think Detmer's strikeout rate's better. But I do prefer Gore in this spot. So, yeah, this is a pitcher, a pass game. Give me the lean towards the Texas pitcher and Mackenzie Gore.
Yeah, I think this is an under game. That's what I already bet as well. And I don't know if I'm gonna play Mackenzie Gore because whenever Mackenzie Gore gets chalky, he just gets shelled. So I hope he does well for your best ball tonight. But in DFS, it's really tough for me not to play Scooble, and he's a guy I really don't care much about. And you're gonna find contrarian reasons not to play him. But like against the Royals there in Dodgers, his first start at home, there's a good chance Scooble just has an elite performance. And he's just too cheap. I mean, he's been average lately, but you're gonna see him go nearly 100 pitches, and he can work his way through any lineup here. So
we'll get to it. We'll get to it. But this is the reason that the same reason I said don't play him in the first start. He's not going to go 100 pitches. The Dodgers the Dodgers don't need him to go 100. He's going to go 85.
It doesn't matter. They won't tax their bullpen unnecessarily. And part of the reason Scuba hasn't gone deep lately is because he's been bad. He's been getting hit. It's not because they're trying to limit his pitch count or whatsoever.
But he was out of the fifth inning at 85 pitches. They could have easily brought him in
because he was getting hit.
No, he got hit, but not that inning. He didn't give any runs, and they could have easily brought him back in.
Yeah, listen, he had a bad start. He had only 6 strikeouts, 2 walks.
Only like 3 runs.
Yeah.
It wasn't a bad dude. I'm on the pitchers for the Dodgers for the foreseeable future because they have 10 starters. So what they're going to start doing is just throwing guys in bulk relief. They don't need it because they need Tarek Skubal for the playoffs. Like, why?
They sent guys down. Yeah. I think I mostly disagree because his price has fallen as well.
Yeah.
We'll get to that game, but like in this game, Rangers Angels is mostly an under. Mackenzie Gore's fine. Reed Detmers is fine. I'm probably not playing bats in this game.
Yeah. All right, we'll get to that in a second. But yeah, let's go here. We got to speed run this. We got 15 minutes. We got it. Let's go to Arizona. We have Soroka on the mound coming back, and then Gabriel Hughes for Colorado. As weird as it sounds to say, I think this is a pitcher pass game. Soroka before got hurt, and now he's back. Let's see, was he stretched out? He'll be on a pitch count, but dude, he was really good, before he got hurt. So A2, I don't think you can play him, but I feel like you definitely don't want to play Colorado against him. The guy's not been hittable this season. He's actually been near elite level when he's on the mound and healthy. I think you could even play him later in the season if he gets stretched back out. Gabriel Hughes on the other side has also been one of Colorado's best pitchers. I don't think you can play him at 6'5". I don't the strikeout stuff's not there, but he hasn't been giving up a lot of hard contact. I don't really believe in the Arizona lineup either. You have a couple guys up top outside of Marte, Corbin Carroll and Gabriel Moreno. There's not a bunch of love there. I think Hughes has been good. He's been good outside of Coors, been solid in Coors. I think, this is just a pitcher or pass game, or just not pitcher or pass. It's just an avoid spot for me.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Not every game is pitcher or bat or pass. It's neither. Neither is the answer here.
Yeah, neither is the answer.
Neither is the answer for me in this game. So I'll keep that short. Yeah, I mostly agree. I think Soroka is actually a pretty decent pitcher, but there's no reason to play him coming back from the IL here. Gabriel, who's the guy I do like, his underlyings are fine. So I don't really want to play him in this spot. But yeah, for me, this is easily just a pass, complete X-off game on this big slate.
Nice. Agreed. All right, let's go to Sacramento. We have Freddie Peralta on the mound for Tampa. And is it Jorge Lopez? Javier Lopez?
Jacob Lopez.
Taylor, you racist. So this is
Jacob. I know Jacob Lopez. You in first names, man.
All right. So this is
Mike Trout, Matt Trout.
All right. So we have this is interesting. So oh shit, someone just messaged me. So Lopez is 5'5". He's not very good. You definitely don't play me against Tampa. Tampa is a hit and run team. Tampa's actually in play against Sacramento. The thing I always talk about this with Tampa, they're really hard to stack because they do pinch hit a lot of guys. They're pretty expensive. Cam Nero is really expensive. Yandy Diaz is expensive. I like Aranda, but what I struggle to do there is just figure out who to play. It's very tough for me to figure out which exact bats I want from the Tampa side. So maybe I'll just be avoiding it from DFS. The interesting thing is this, though, Freddie Peralta is 6'7", and I don't love it. You can't play him. He's been so bad. You can't play Freddie Peralta at 6'7", can you? In Sacramento against the A's. It's just dude, the numbers look so bad. I wanted to talk myself into it, but there's nothing, positive outside of early in the season. But I just don't know, Dylan. I guess I don't want to play the Athletics against them. The Athletics aren't very healthy now. I guess I'm pulling for Law Dog, Tyler Soderstrom for some best ball tournaments, but. Yeah, this is just a tough game to get to from my perspective. I think I lean towards the Tampa side if I was playing any offense, and maybe a share of Freddie Peralta.
Everyone's gonna lean Tampa. They're gonna see in the Athletics Park Jacob Lopez has been kind of bad. Jacob Lopez underlines are fantastic. Are you kidding me? Yeah. Passing on Tampa. Just like this is a spot where I'm not playing much in the 111s, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to get very contrarian. It's going to fade Philly, fade Tampa, fade these higher-owned teams that people generally want to stack, and parks people generally want to play. So for me, there's another spot where we're just going to X off, right? If I was going to stack anyone, it would be at the Athletics, actually, because Freddie Peralta is a guy I think is absolutely horrible. But I do think Tampa can fix him a little bit. And he's not going to keep being bad. He's going to lose his rotation spot. So maybe they tweak some things. And I want to see what Tampa does with him before continuously stacking against him. So for me, another X-off game, mostly because of ownership, right? On the surface level, you would think Tampa, great spot. Most likely, Cameron Yeo probably hits a home run. Probably going to happen. But for me, not going to touch on this spot. Hopefully, Jacob Lopez comes out and shoves tonight, and we'll hopefully lose some ownership points on these guys. So for me, that's what I'm doing this game. Going to avoid it for the intentional reasons I just stated.
Gotcha. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, sorry, Jake, my boy Jake. I didn't mean to disparage you like that, Javier. Okay, let's go to San Diego here. We have this is a pitching duel, my perspective. We have Logan Henderson on the mound from Milwaukee, and then Casey Mize really recently acquired from the Detroit Tigers for San Diego. Mize is 9K, Logan Henderson's 10-2. I mean, Logan Henderson's like, I feel like a safe pitcher. San Diego's like a bottom tier offense for the most part. They've been heating up a little bit, but like Logan Henderson is going to be battling the same thing Tariq Schoolball is, like a low pitch count. Like Logan Henderson won't go more than 90 pitches. Even with that said, like he has the Mizrahi effect where he could strike out 10 in 6 innings. So I think don't leave him off your play pool. I do feel like he's really safe in this spot, just like Tariq Schoolball is safe. I think those guys with the late strikeout stuff, like those guys are going to get you 20 points, right? Like that's kind of built in with their strikeout upside in these matchups. And I think Mize is a good pitcher. I won't touch him for San Diego tonight just because Milwaukee's like doesn't strike out a lot and their team is so complete top to bottom. So this is just a pitch for pass game. My lean is toward Logan Henderson. I don't think you can play Mize. That's my opinion. I do think there will be spots to play Mize in Petco Park for the Padres. I don't think it's here against Milwaukee. So Logan Henderson's the lean for me. I think I'd bet the Milwaukee side too. I just feel like they kind of come out and like they do enough to win this game. I'm going to be pulling for the Padres.
No bet whatsoever. Are you kidding me? The Padres are so damn hot. Yeah, they're so good right now. They're Jackson Mayo is absolutely on a damn heater. So for sure, no bet. Like, and that's why you don't play. In my opinion, you don't play Logan Henderson in this spot. 10-2 versus 10-7 for Tariq Skubal. Skubal, obviously, I love the Royals in a far better matchup. The Royals are putrid. That back end of the lineup could not be worse. Where you gotta have guys like Campagnolo and France back there for the Padres, very good. I mean, they have just professional hitters up and down that lineup right now. So for me, hard pass on Logan Henderson at 10-2. Bet the under in this game already. So I'm not playing bats. Obviously, I'm just saying, like, I'm not feeling as confident as you are in Logan Henderson coming out here and shoving against the Padres, who are on an absolute heater right now. So for me, gonna be avoiding this game again. Betting, as far as betting is concerned, bet the under 1.5 in the first. I think both pitchers are very good. So I think the damage is gonna be limited. All I'm saying is like Tatis and these boys they're piping the ball right now. I want to see the last 10 while you go to the next game. But I think the Padres are one of the best teams in baseball over the last 10. They've been really good lately. Cool. Yeah, they're 7-3 over the last 10, 1-2 in a row. Just beat the Astros last night. They're now 62-57 on their chance to go to the playoffs. Like they've been very good lately. So when Merrill, it sounds silly, but just one guy. But Merrill heating up is so important to that offense because like Tatis has been better. It's actually Tatis is hitting more home runs now. You just get more protection in that lineup. Yeah, just adds a lot of value there. So yeah, I did bet the under in this game, but yeah, no way I'm betting the Brewers here. I just think San Diego's on a good streak right now. So not gonna bet the opposite side of that.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't hate it. I'm pulling for the Padres here. Let's go to San Francisco, and which is hosts my favorite team of the night here. So we have San Francisco hosting Houston. We have Hayden Wesneski on the mound for Houston. We have Blake Tidwell on the mound for San Francisco. The first team I built, Dylan, had a super stack of this game. I actually like both pitchers are not they're below average. I love Houston here. I think this is a blow-up spot for Houston, honestly. San Francisco was sellers, and something that people didn't realize is they sold so much of their bullpen too. They've been throwing like low AA arms for their bullpen, and like Blake Tidwell hasn't been able. Blake Tidwell is a top 10 prospect in their league, but like he wasn't very good in AAA. I love Houston here. I'm going to stack up Houston everywhere. Jordan Alvarez gets back on the horse tonight, hits double, 2 home runs here.
It's like the worst power pocket on the baseball.
Yeah, I know, but this is the thing is this is something else to know. The worst power park in all of baseball is still not that much of a downgrade from the average Parks. Like that's the problem. It's like it is. Parks don't hit. I love Houston here. I know Houston's gonna be quite
especially at the left here though. Like to go over to the ocean over there, that's gonna be a problem. I couldn't disagree more. I think Tidwell's actually a pretty good pitcher. You don't want to play him on the slate, but like I think he's good. I think Wisniewski's fine. I don't. There's no way I'm stacking this game, and you're gonna be contrarian because like I'm not alone in that thinking. We read the slates, and I'm pretty sure other people are gonna think the exactly same way I am. So you're gonna play this contrarian angle, and that's lovely. I mean, that's how you win tournaments. You don't win tournaments, having no cojones. So like you have the cojones to stack this game, you could win. So I'm just saying like I disagree pretty vehemently that I think it's a bad spot, but so will a lot of people. So you're gonna get a lot of low ownership, and people see San Francisco say avoid, so they're not gonna play the power bat. So maybe you get some low ownership here in this game. So I commend you for that. Yeah, and also, I would not be holding hands with you there.
On the other side, I also like, dude. Give me some Devers. Give me some. There's the prospect at second base I like a lot, and then Jung Ho Lee. They're all fairly cheap too. So this is a game I do like from a bats perspective. I feel like it's gonna just go completely unowned. What's his? How do you say? Oslevis Basabe. I actually like the profile. The bat profile at second base is interesting. And he's 3-3. I like the price too. He bats in the heart of the order. Rafael Devers is like a cool crisp 4K. So I think that's fairly affordable as well. So yeah, this game is interesting. I'm gonna be probably alone here. And Blake Tidwell, like the reason I like stacking against him is just cannot strike guys out. Like that is the biggest thing. I think he's like one of the lowest strikeout rates in all of the league. Like he's a pitch to contact guy. And like I love stacking teams against pitch to contact guys who don't have like any strikeouts in their bag. So let's get to the last game here. Let's see. I gotta pull it up, man.
We're gonna talk about the best pitcher on the slate in the last game, and that's Noah Cameron. Like I'm joking, obviously. Like he's a guy I was stacking against, but the guy's been absolutely electric lately. You cannot play him against the Dodgers, but man, that game log is tasty.
Yeah, it is.
And he's really been helping the Royals, but for what? To what avail? They're not making the playoffs. So Noah Cameron's been phenomenal. You can't play him at 6, not against the Dodgers. But it is a bet to the under in this game. I think he's actually pretty competent. I think he's found something in his pitch mix that's really helped him work these lines. But yeah, his recent game log is phenomenal. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, go to Tariq, Noah Cameron, and check out his game log. It's absolutely scrumptious there. So for me, Tariq Skubal is a play. Dodgers first start, goes 90, goes 85. He's probably gonna strike out 10 in the spot. I just don't think he probably doesn't separate because he's not gonna go 100 pitches as I said. But I think it's pretty likely he gets the win here. Pretty likely he doesn't give up any runs. It's just a pretty bad matchup for the Royals here. And I know the caveat is maybe talking out both sides of my mouth, but the Royals did see him a lot. Right, they saw him a lot when he was in Detroit. So maybe you're worried about that a little bit. I'm just not. I think the Royals are so beat up right now. Yeah. Other than Bobby Witt, Tariq's going to have his way with this lineup. And I love Jack Kaggs. I love him so much. But lefty on lefty is not good for him, especially against Skubal. He's probably going to strike out 4 times. So that's all I have in this game.
Yeah, this is a pitcher pass game, obviously, and the pitcher you want to play. Sorry, Skubal. I think Skubal is the safest pitcher on the slate. To your point, I think he's safe for 20 to 25 points. And, I don't think he'll go for 40 in this spot just because they just don't need him to. So yeah, to me, he's the safest pitcher, and the price is affordable. He could be, 11-7. You'd still be like, all right, you can play him. He's $1,000 cheaper than that. So, well, that's it, man. Get after today. I'm gonna go eat me some barbecue. I got to go sell some transit software. Dude, I got Miles a cool train book that he'll like.
Dude, I used your pressure washer on my back porch, and it looks absolutely spectacular.
How did the pressure washer do? I gotta use.
Are you kidding me?
I used it on the house, but it's hard to use that. You have to spray like a mildew thing to get the mold and stuff off the house. But
dude, it looks so good. I just like the cement. The cement is what it works. The concrete, it looks so much better.
It's therapy, dude. How nice is that? It's like it's one of those cathartic things you're doing. You're like,
my finger hurt from pulling that trigger though. Like maybe I'm a bitch, but like I did it so much. All right, good job. Do your job. I gotta call Mackenzie back.
All right.
All right, we'll be in touch.
All right, see you, man.
Bye. Good luck, guys.